Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a match review of the Fulham versus Tottenham game, which just ended 1-1, but then Fulham ended up winning 5-3 on penalties. So if you do enjoy this video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. And there'll be another video out as well after this, which will be my player ratings, so be like a look out for that. But yeah, we could get straight into this video, so let's go. Okay, first things first, we need to discuss, the first thing we need to discuss is the lineup. Starting with Forster in goal. I'm actually alright. I was alright with Forster in goal actually. I was thinking, yeah, it's a cup game. Like, Vicario's played the last 3 games. Give Forster a start. And I was okay with that. Real again, you know, make a few changes. I'm okay with that. Sanchez. That way you could be like, because we know what Sanchez is like on a rare occasion, he can put on like a really good performance, but overall just not good enough. Van der Ven, I'll happy with that. Davies, debatable, and being captain, also debatable. Højbjerg, yeah, mate, I guess. Skip, yeah. Lo Celso, I can understand why he was played. Solomon as well, he hasn't really had a start, hasn't really had a chance, so I can understand why he was playing. Richarlison makes sense, and Perisic also makes sense. So you can understand, and wanting to make changes to the lineup. Maybe let's talk about his comments after the game that how else is he meant to see his players if he doesn't make changes, which I get where he's coming from. It's just the fact that the Spurs fans know what it's like watching Tottenham play in these cups. Like, if you don't put out your most strongest 11, we don't play well. We just don't. And it's like, it's the same players over and over again. Like Sanchez, Højbjerg, Davies. Like, it's always the same players that let us down constantly. And that's what happened with this lineup. Like, if we went with our strongest, then it probably would have been a completely different result. And it's just so frustrating because it's like we haven't won a trophy in so long, and you're thinking, okay, yes, it's Fulham, like it's going to be a difficult game, like you expect it, you expect it to be difficult, but just the way we were playing, it was like, I don't know why we were playing like that, and the constant mistakes, like nothing. Like, that first half was dreadful, let's be real, like, so dreadful. The passing was off. The defending was atrocious, especially from Sanchez. Like, Van der Ven getting that own goal, I don't blame him because Sanchez should have dealt with it. Like, it was getting turned inside out, and yeah, it just shows why it's quite a few players who started tonight should not be starting. Most of them should not even be in the Spurs shirt. Most of them should be getting sold. Like, over the next few days, I want to see these players out the door. And yeah, we need to start bringing in better options. So it's not like we're just playing like our B team. Like, let's be real. That lineup should have been enough to get through tonight. And the fact that we're sitting here once again, like, being knocked out of penalties. Like, penalties, yeah, you can be like it's 50-50, like, whether you go through or not. But it's just the fact that we let it get to penalties in the first place. We wasted the first half. I have no idea what we were doing. We were atrocious. Fulham were better. As soon as we started making some changes, we sort of played better. Richarlison getting his goal, like, I'm happy for him. That's probably one of the only positives you can take, is that Richarlison actually scored and got a goal. And I guess one positive that you'll have to take from this game is that Ange now knows what players should not be playing. And I don't want to single out anyone, but because he was basically the worst man on the pitch tonight, Sanchez, the constant giving the ball away, he's defending, like, the fact that I get he had the confidence to step up to take a penalty, but being third penalty taker just does not make sense to me. And I feel like this whole sort of loss, we can sort of put on Ange a bit with this lineup, with the way the penalty was taken, like decisions. Sanchez being third makes no sense. And I feel like I had to wait a little bit, because otherwise, if I filmed this video as soon as like the game ended, like I would have been ranting and raving. But it's just like, it's never good enough. Like cup games, it happens all the time. Like it doesn't matter who the manager is. It doesn't really matter like what new players are coming in or whatever. We can't perform well in these games, and it just doesn't make sense as to why it's always happening. And I get it, the same like Sanchez, Davies, Højbjerg, oh my god, he was dreadful today. Like, I'm sorry, like I know it's being like he's reported that he wants to leave, but at least show some fight, show some spirit. Like from how Højbjerg has spoken before, he's always seemed to be like leader. But tonight, I don't know what was going through his mind, but everything he was doing just wasn't like, it just didn't make sense. And his decision making, I've never seen it that bad before, but it was honestly dreadful. And I'm just sick and tired. I'm tired of having to sit here after all that positivity that went through this, because we've started the season, we come to this game and we're thinking, yeah, this is where we really show like our real intent. You know, Fulham, it's a tough place to go, but you know what? New manager, new season, new players, it's going to be like a new start. What do? The same old shit again. And it's just so frustrating, and having to sit there and watch it, and I'm just like, what? I feel like I'm back to watching last season. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like so frustrating. What can I talk about that first half? Because the passing, dreadful. We kept passing it backwards. Again, similar to last season where we couldn't find forward passing. And defensively, we were atrocious. Like Van de Ven, probably one of the best, he was the player of the first half, let's be real. Like, even though he did get that own goal, which I don't blame him for, I feel like he's very unlucky. But even regarding that own goal, he was the best player in that first half for Tottenham. And yeah, the first half dreadful. Just couldn't get any like momentum. The rhythm was off. It was like the players didn't know what they were doing. They weren't, and it's just. And then here we come to the second half, right? And I'm thinking, I'm expecting changes. I'm expecting at least 2 or 3 changes come towards the second half. Nope, there was one change. Lascelles comes off for Scarlett. And I was like, okay, this is just not really what I was expecting, not really what I wanted, realistically, for Scarlett to come on. But we got a little bit, let's be real, like after that, we sort of got a little bit better. Like the passing was getting there, you know, we ended up equalising with a Perisic cross to Richarlison, who heads it in. Fulham were down to 10 men because his name Tete was off because his boot was split, whatever. So we managed to get ourselves back level, and you're thinking, okay, make a few more changes, and then we can get that second goal and see this out, and we can get through. I'm like, it's right. It's coming towards the 70th minute. We still hadn't made any more changes. Eventually, we start bringing on like Son, Kulu, and I'm just thinking, why leave it so late? Like, because I thought with Ange, like, the changes came earlier. Like, was it the Bournemouth game? Yeah, the Bournemouth game. The changes came earlier. It was like the 58th minute, and I'm thinking, yeah, he made one change at half time, fair enough, but it wouldn't have been enough. And then it's like, what? Like, it's like we don't take the cup game seriously, and I don't think that comes from Ange. I mean, you could argue with his lineup and say we should have just gone with a stronger team. But also, yes, I agree with that. But also alongside that, this team that was put out should have been enough to get us through. Do you know what I mean? Like, and yeah, and then Højbjerg again, like, I don't know how he lasted so long. How did he last the whole game? Because his decision making was just dreadful. You know, that idea that one shot, I'm like, what are you shooting for? Pass the freaking ball. I don't know, it's towards like it's towards like the second half, I can't remember. I think it's like later on, and he was like, I feel like his head's not in it, which doesn't make sense, because if you're going to be staying, your head needs to be in it. Like, I don't care whether you want to leave or, you know, you don't know whether you're going to be here for the rest of the season or whatever. I don't give a shit whether that's what's going through your head. When you put on that shirt, all that gets left off the pitch and you focus with what's on the pitch. Don't think about your future. Think about the game that's in front of you. Regardless of whether you're going to be here, whatever, who cares? You put that shirt on, you play for the shirt, you show passion, show desire, you make the right decisions when you need to make them. None of this sloppy passing, you know what, I'm just going to try and score from here. Like, no. I'm just thinking, like, 4-star, you can't blame him for the goal, because it was like, luckily it was an unlucky own goal. 4-star didn't really put a foot wrong tonight. He tried his best, and he made some good saves. And Van der Ven as well, who I've mentioned already. I feel like Solomon showed glimpses. He was better in the second half than he was in the first half, but still not that good. Perisic, you're thinking after his performance against Bournemouth that maybe he might show something. He had one good moment which ended up getting a goal, fair enough, but I don't know what he was doing for the rest of the time he was on the pitch. Like, I can't explain what it was looking like, because it just looked atrocious. It was like it was his first time playing football, like, and that's not what you want. Midfield was non-existent. Like, a lot of this game was like reflected of what we saw last season, and I feel like that just brought a lot, like, all of us down to reality, to that like there's still some players that shouldn't be at this club that are still here, and also that there's still a long way to go. Like, we've made a good start to the season, you know, with our, like, strongest 11. But then there's, like, these sort of backup options that just don't perform well. And it's the same players all the time. And it's, like, the same shit, different season, different manager, same shit. Like, and it's just so frustrating, because it's, like, with no European football, this would have been a perfect opportunity for us to go far in the Caraboa Cup and try and, like, actually win a trophy, because the fact that it's been so long is criminal and it's just frustrating. Like, you're thinking, like, okay, yes, it's Fulham, yeah, you know, they are a good side, but with what we've got, we should be beating them. And it's just, and I'm just so mad. Like, I feel like Ange has to take most of the responsibility. One for the lineup, one for the fact that Sanchez was the third penalty taker. Like, when I've never seen Sanchez take a penalty in my life, so why was he third penalty taker? And I understand he had the courage to, like, step up to take it, but I would not have given that Sanchez. Like, if you're going to give him a penalty, do it further down the line. So the starting lineup was the problem, and I feel like that's all it was. We should have gone with a stronger lineup, and it's just frustrating that we would have to. But it's like, get the job done. We never make it easier for ourselves. Do you know what I mean? It's like we always have to make it such hard work, and it's like, why? Why is it always with Tottenham? They can never ever perform well in a cup against a side they should be beating. It just doesn't add up. It's like, what are you trying to do? Like, And I don't know what it is with this like managers, but they don't think to put out a stronger lineup. And I know I've said that this lineup should be enough, but it's like we've seen it all before. And I was trying to be positive when I first saw the lineup. I was trying to think, okay, yeah, we're not playing. We have like this lineup's not exactly what we were hoping for. Certain players in it, but with the positivity that we've had, or the start we've had, you're thinking, okay, different manager. Let's see what goes. Like, it's just the same shit over again. So Sanchez needs to be sold. Davies needs to get out. Højbjerg, please go. Skip, I like Skip, but I feel like he's probably just a squad option. But yeah, and the reason why we end up going out is because Sanchez took that penalty. I don't know why he took that penalty. Someone else should have taken it. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, even Scarlett. Like, I know he's young and you don't want to put that pressure on him, but I would have been more confident with Scarlett taking that penalty than I would have with Sanchez. And I'm just frustrated. And it's just a lesson to be learned from Ange, and I'm not going to hold it like against him or anything. I'm not going to like keep rattling on about it, and like, obviously it's annoying, it's frustrating. I'm so angry about it. But there we have it, guys. That is the match review for tonight's game. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video, which will be the player ratings. I'm so looking forward to doing the player ratings. Couldn't you tell? Anyways, bye guys.